Welcome to the Renaissance in Europe. New ideas, place, and time. During the Renaissance, wealthy Italian states developed new ideas about art and learning that spread throughout Europe. The scientific revolution and the Enlightenment also began in Europe. Thinkers from various countries developed ideas about the world based on reason. These new ideas gradually spread throughout Europe and beyond. The Renaissance really shaped who we are today. In order to understand it, we're going to understand the time and the place. The states on the Italian peninsula became the center of the Renaissance. You might have noticed this is a historical map. There's countries and empires on here that no longer exist. Check it out. See what countries you recognize. Look at the key and find the Holy Roman Empire. See if you can find the Italian peninsula. Italy is the birthplace of the Renaissance, and we can see how perfectly it is placed to spread throughout Europe. Find what bodies of water surround the Italian peninsula. What countries can you find that no longer exist? We can see that countries' borders have changed and developed over time. Mountains, rivers, and oceans have all played a major role in determining borders throughout history. Hey, remember where the Roman Empire was located? Why do you think the Italian peninsula was the birthplace of the Renaissance? Could it have anything to do with the peninsula's history and its location? Okay, let's explore the region. Look at the map. What territories are found on the Italian peninsula? Let's find them. Naples, Sicily, the Papal States, Florence, Bologna, Venice, Milan. Say, what physical features would make the cities of Venice and Naples important trade centers? Hint, Venice and Naples are located on the coast. Second hint, shipping along water routes was a major transportation for trade. Let's step back in time and examine some of the important events that happened during the Renaissance. We'll be looking at how it influenced events up to the 1700s. We will be studying events that happened from about 1440 to 1648. One big new idea that kicked off the Renaissance in the 13 and 1400s was humanism. Humanism was based on ancient Greek and Roman ideas. Humanists thought that the individual and society was very important. They encouraged people to be active in their cities, to develop their talents, and they also wanted to gain knowledge through reason, not just through religious faith. Consider, how do people spread their ideas to others? The written word is a powerful way to spread ideas, but before 1440, people had to write everything by hand. Humanists were able to spread their ideas relatively quickly thanks to Johannes Gutenberg, who developed a printing press. About this time back in America, the Aztec Empire reaches its height. Okay, thanks to Gutenberg, books did not have to be copied by hand. Since many people could now buy or borrow books, literacy rates rose and curiosity about the surrounding world grew. Thank you, Johannes. During the Renaissance, art became very important. Artists learned to make art look natural and real. In 1508, Michelangelo begins painting the Sistine Chapel. During this time of humanism, not only did art flourish, but so did science, and the ideas of early thinkers were passed on to later generations. In the 1500s, Europeans began to think differently about science and had new ideas about the universe. Viva la scientific revolution! The heavens were an important part of religion. The heavens were also important to Nicholas Copernicus, an astronomer. He challenged ancient Ptolemy's theory that the earth was the center of the universe and Christian belief at the time by developing a heliocentric or sun-centered theory of the universe. He thought that the sun was the center of the universe and the earth and other planets followed a circular path around the sun. Copernicus wrote his book on the revolutions of the heavenly spheres around the same time that the Spanish forces were defeating the Inca, who believed that they were protected by Inti, the sun god. In 1632, Galileo Galilei made the next great scientific discovery. He believed that the best way to gain scientific knowledge was to conduct experiments. Galileo believed that scientific instruments could help people learn about the natural world. Using a telescope, he proved Copernicus's theory, wrote a book about it, and made the Catholic Church very upset. They banned the book and charged him with heresy. Oh, you naughty boy, Galileo. Around this time in Japan, a dynasty was beginning that would rule from 1600s until 1868, the Tokugawa shogunate. 12 years before Galileo wrote his book, the Pilgrims established colonies in Massachusetts. Around the time the Manchus were invading China to create a new dynasty, Newton published the theory of gravity, another scientific great. People have been oppressed and marginalized throughout history. In 1690, John Locke wrote that people have natural rights. In the 1700s, some European thinkers were so impressed by advances in science, they believed that reason could discover the scientific laws that shaped human behavior. The search for the path to truth that John Locke took became part of the Age of Enlightenment. By the mid-1600s, scientists had discovered that matter is made up of elements. By the 1700s, gases such as hydrogen, carbon dioxide, and oxygen were discovered. By 1783, Antoine Lavoisier of France proved that materials need oxygen in order to burn. The Age of Enlightenment was concerned about the rights of men, but they said that men should rule over women because women are not as wise as men. This made Mary Wollstonecraft very unhappy. She wrote a book that argued for equal education for girls. She said that women were as capable thinkers as men, but they weren't given the same educational opportunities. Mary Wollstonecraft challenged the writers of the new Constitution to prove women lack reason or to rewrite the Constitution to give equal rights to women. As you can see, we're going to be learning about new ideas in art, science, human rights. Our quest of understanding the Renaissance and how it shaped our modern society is going to be an incredible journey. See you soon.